Hey, I got a question for the WNBA. Who is protecting everybody else? If you ask anybody off the streets, any casual fan, any casual sports fan, who are your favorite players in the WNBA? There's going to be a bunch of people who can't name a lot of players, but we'll go through the usual suspects: Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, Fee Collier. Who else? Who else would be a well-known name? Now, I put Sophie Cunningham up there. Other than all of those people, this is about appeal. This is about who you know. This is about endorsements. This is about the money that you make off the court. And right now, Sophie Cunningham is putting herself in a different status with the Arby's and Good Morning America. She's been everywhere. The caddy in for Caitlin Clark, all of that type of stuff. And the reason why I asked this question is because with the CBA negotiations going on, which I haven't really heard anything about for the last couple of weeks, and the 30 days is running out. So what's going to happen in the meantime? Who's looking out for everybody else? Because if they don't get a deal done, what happens? What happens? And the reason why I use all of those players that I mentioned before, because all of those players got money where when they step onto the court, they taking a pay cut. Caitlin Clark will be okay. Angel Reese will be okay. Sabrina Ionescu will be okay. Asia Wilson will be okay. They got a ton of endorsements and they make money on the sides and national commercials. Asia Wilson's got the CarMax commercial. Caitlin Clark's got State Farm. Um, Sophie Cunningham's got, Arby's and probably others. Fee Collier's got some. And my point is, they've got enough money where if they didn't play basketball, they'd be okay. Not to mention, Fee Collier and Brianna Stewart has got unrivaled, which causes a whole nother issue. And now you got Project B popping up, and you got Aguma K jumping in, and Alyssa Thomas jumping in. So you got two primetime players, not necessarily the biggest draw, but you got two veteran presence in this new league that you don't even know what it is yet, but they're signing up, and that's a conflict of interest. So I'm just asking the question: if this all goes to shit, what happens to all of the other players? Let's say that the Project B does happen. You're only talking about 66 spots. What happens to all the other players? Because you got to remember, there's a bunch of this is a world league basketball. It's not just American. And there are a ton of European players that are much better than what we have here in the States. So you got to think of it from that position. It's not a situation where you got a 66 spots for American players. Nope. They got to battle some of the foreign players, and some of those European ball players are much better. It's that simple. So what happens to the other players? This is the thing where the WNBPA, how much money do they have in their kitty, in their pool, if they do go on strike or if there is a lockout? What happens to everybody else? Caitlin Clark ain't missing no meals. Angel Reese ain't missing no meals. Sophie Cunningham ain't missing no meals. She gonna have Arby's steak nuggets coming in. And some of these other big name players. But what about everybody else? That's the question I'm curious if they're asking. I'm not saying that they're not, but this whole negotiation and everything that's happening and signing with Project B and the whole thing with Unrivaled, in my opinion, this has been a shit show. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out. If you go to the WNBA homepage, check out the big screen back there, blow it up for you. This is the WNBA homepage, right? Now I'm looking at all this stuff, Tiffany Hayes Community Award. That's cool. The 2026 draft lottery If there's not a deal done, is that going to happen? The Hall of Fame announcements, that's probably going to, um, that was on October 31st. November 7th. So they already announced this. It's supposed to be November 23rd. So that's what, next week? Chicago going to getting the All-Star game? All of this stuff goes up in the air if they don't get this deal done. So you don't know. Everything is still in limbo. We'll see what the WNBA is going to be able to endure in this offseason because it is not in a good place right now. And if it loses the momentum it just gained from the whole Caitlin Clark thing and all of this new attention it got, if it shoots itself in the foot, it may not recover. That might be the spot that the Project B comes in and just clears the table. But we'll see. You still got a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but you still have time to get things right. I just don't know what they're doing. So we shall see.